Welcome to Remnant 101 at the City on a Hill Church. I'm Associate Pastor Benji Lalean. God's remnant changes everything for holiness. We're going to look at Genesis chapter 32, verses 24 through 28. It's during the time of Jacob. It says, "Then Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. And when he saw that he did not prevail against him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, 'Let me go, for the day breaks.' But Jacob said, 'I will not let you go unless you bless me.' So he said to him, 'What is your name?' And he said, 'Jacob.' And he said, 'Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and with men and have prevailed.'" And despite many failures relating to lack of faith, as well as fear and deception, Jacob shows an excellent example of the kind of change it takes to receive God's blessing and start truly exercising holiness. He does so in spite of the consequences of losing the full functionality of one of his hips, and he refuses to let go until he knows he will receive the full blessing. The Lord has him acknowledge who he was at the time, which was a deceiver. That's literally the meaning of the name Jacob, before he changes his name and everything about him eternally. No matter what trials and consequences there are along the way, God wants us to run hard after his full blessing and make holiness the center of everything that we do. It will require changing everything, because who we are in God is not who we were coming into this world. And a desire to hold on to anything of what you used to be, even the little things like small possessions or a friend or a once every few months activity, that desire creates two things. Number one, a door for the devil to magnify that desire and slowly pull you away from holiness. And two, a sign that you are not completely all in. I talked about sacrifice and surrender last week. The things that you have to change completely to get into holiness will feel like major sacrifice to who you were before. But as many people in our family can attest to, even going back to the Armenians who gave up everything they had to obey the prophet, once you've made that total change, the new you that is all in on holiness and God's blessings will look at what you gave up and say, the best decision that I ever made was letting it go. And you're counting it totally as lost. And let me tell you, that's what it's going to take for this remnant to do this arc. The arc is for the remnant, and the remnant is for people who are all in. When talking about change, in several messages that my dad gave over the course of years, several times he said the phrase, everything means everything. But with the ark and with holiness, we're talking about the road to eternity here. It's not a part of your life. It is your life. And being able to know that we have a reserved spot in eternity is something that should get us excited. And as my dad said several times, happy just to be here. God bless you.